So welcome back to Uzotex Piano Academy, and in this video we're going to talk about the key signatures. The key signatures are those sharps or flats that you see at the beginning of a staff. Immediately after the clef sign, the treble clef or the bass clef, the sharp is that hash symbol you find, while the flat is that B-like symbol that you see at the beginning of every staff notation or any music at all. Then this video is going to, of course, make you understand how staff notation, how those who play staff notation understand and tell the key a particular music is written with, because staff notation seems to come with a whole lot of confusion if you're a layman. And if you are looking at it, you'll be like, what is this guy playing? How did you know this key? How did you know that key? So after this video, you're going to understand why those keys were represented by the number of sharps or number of flats. So follow me closely as we go and unveil this mystery. So in today's class, we're going to be talking about the sharps, talking about the flats, talk about the treble clefs, talk about the bass clef. So obviously we have seen this thing in one way or the other. So this one is the one we call the sharp, the sharps. Then this is the flat. This is the treble clef, while this is the bass or the bass clef. Now, these are the things you find in staff notation. Then you find your staff notation, which is 5 lines and 4 spaces. Now let's put in our clef. So let me be using the treble clef for the explanation now. This is the treble clef. Then as this key, as this treble clef is here without any flat or sharp, you call this key C. Why do you call it key C? Because oftentimes we say key C is a natural key. How? Now, why key C is a natural key is because at the beginning of the staff, immediately after the treble clef, you don't get any sharp or any flat on the key of C. The thing means that if you are on your piano trying to play a scale, you want to play from the C to the next C, that is 1 octave. That is C, or let me say it in our layman's understanding, which is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So if you want to do that on key C, you can easily go to any place where you find. I've made a video class on how to understand the keys of the piano, so you can make reference to that video so you can understand where the key C is located. So when you go to where the key C is located, you start from there, you run your scale to the next C. If you find out that you get a good let me put it this way, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, you get a good octave of that solfa notation and with clarity. But knowing also that you didn't flat or sharp the notes, you didn't touch the black keys, let me put it that way, that's the way you understand it well. So you find out that you played only on the white keys and it gave you the sound you needed. So anywhere you go to and you say you want to play key C, it's expected of you that you don't sharp or flat anything. So far you want to just play on key C, on the major notes, not the D, Re, Fe, Z, Do, and all of them. So that is why key C is natural. Now, whenever a staff has many information is giving us. Maybe let me say we'll have a crotchet note here, we'll have a crotchet note here, we'll have a crotchet note here, we'll have another crotchet note here, and let me say it is divided into two, okay. Now let's have another crotchet here and have another crotchet here. So what is this thing trying to tell us? It is trying to tell us that for you to play this thing in the piano, you are going to, what line is this crotchet placed on? This is an in the middle C region. That is C3 here. Then this is automatically E3. So you are going to hold E3 for this. You play E3, then here will be G3 also. You play G3. Then this is A, this is A3. You play A, A. This is A3. This is B3. You play all these things. What I'm saying is that you represent this thing directly in your keyboard. This alphabet, the letters. Here is E, G, B, D, F. So this is the line of E. You take this symbol, this crotchet that you're seeing here, you represent it in the keyboard. Then when you come to this point, you play G on the keyboard. When you come here, you play A, play B, play C, come back to B. Now, this thing was easy this way. If you just play all these things, you see that you're not going to touch the black keys if you can play all these things here. Now, in a situation where a sharp is introduced, let's say to this one that has a G, in this line that has G. So now if you play your normal E on the white keys, for you to play this G, you are going to sharp it a semitone higher. That brings us to understand or know what our sharp is. Our sharp raises a note. It raises a note a semitone higher. Thereby saying that if you are to play something on the key of C or on the C note, C as an alphabet, C note, then you come to that C note, they've sharped before it. Then you're not going to play on that C note, you are going to play it on the sharp of the C. That is the semitone note that is above C. Now that is what is happening here. You have E here and you have G here. So automatically you are going to play G sharp instead of playing the real G. That is what has happened here. So this is applicable inside the work or inside the music, because this is in key C. Doesn't mean that you won't touch the black notes while you are playing your song, because these sharps and flats might be seen inside the song as you are playing them. Now that is that for the key of C. Then the flat raises a note, a semitone lower. So it's just opposite of what you have for the sharps. Now this is your clef. You note your clef. Then with time we are going to talk about time signature. So this is 2/4. What is here? It means 2/4 in music means crotchet. 2 crochets in a bar. So if you can see 1 2 1 2 1 2 crotchet, 2 crochets in a bar. So this is all about the key C here now. Now this leads us to understand or to go deeper into knowing how many sharps we have for any key. Now we have understood that key C is a key that is natural. It doesn't have any sharp. Now there is one way I teach this. I teach it. It's just like a magic ball. When you see it, you will see that it is already balancing and aligning with what you have in your piano. So for you to achieve this, first of all, you want to know how many the keys and the sharps, the number of sharps they have, or the keys and number of flats they have. So look at how to achieve that. First of all, let's put down the alphabetical 7 alphabetical keys of the piano. If we should put it down, then we have A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Now, there's another thing that is still derived from here, but it goes this way. Father, father and children. It goes this way. Now, these are the seven. These are the seven alphabetical keys on the piano. Now, these are the seven alphabetical keys of the piano. Then we have the seven alphabetical keys, which are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then there is one acronym which we say Father Charles goes down and ends battle. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down battle ends and down goes Charles' father. Okay, now this is the one we are going to use too. This tells us where the sharps are going to be in. This is for sharps, for sharps. Then battle ends and down goes Charles' father. For flat. I told you earlier on that sharps are more of going forward, then flats is more of going backward. So now, here since C is the natural key, so we circle C. Now, we are going to be counting 5 each from C. Then when we get to the fifth note, that means we are talking about that note. So let's try it. C, D, E, F, G. This is 5. So what does this thing talk about? Remember, these are the keys. So it means that key G has one sharp. Key G has one sharp, and the sharp is on F, which is this. What this thing means is that key G as a key, as an alphabetical key in the music, in the piano, has one sharp, and that one sharp is located on the F. So now, how do you make this thing more understandable? Just like we have tried that of C, and we said that key C is a natural note, and that while playing key C, you don't sharp or you don't flat, So key G now, I used to tell my students that the law of the piano is play the white keys and sharp or flat wherever you are told to do so on your staff notation. So we are talking about key G. So if you want to play a scale, when I mean scale, I mean in a layman's understanding, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That is what I just call it now. So if I want to play a scale of G, I want to play from this octave of G to the next octave. That means I'll play G, A, B, F, D, B, F, C, E. Then when I get to F, I'll sharp F, play it on F sharp for it to become my T. That's your T that you count on your software notation. So you play the T then before you go back to the G. So that is why if you come to staff notation, I'm sorry, I'll be using the treble clef for this illustration. So when you come to the staff notation, you see that the hash symbol is up there, showing that the sharp is already placed on the note where F is, on the alphabetical note where F is. So whatever you're going to play on this line F, you must sharp it. You must sharp it till you get to the end of that piece. Unless just like they have already done this here. Originally, they have done it here. So you might just come to a place and you see a natural. If a natural comes in, that means it is taking, it is taking a natural. If a natural comes in, that means it is neutralizing that sharp that you have already had before the piece started. So this is the simple way to just understand the keys. Now this is for key G. So we stop at G. So we continue again to count 5. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we stop at D. So it's trying to tell us that key D has 2 sharps, and the sharps are on F and C. So you see how we are doing it now. Then let's talk about key D, the scale on key D. How do we talk about it? So if we're coming from this D to the next D, what and what are we sharpening? We will see that if we are doing that, we are going to sharp F and we are going to sharp C. So if we are to run a scale, we are going to have it this way. We do it by by playing D, playing E. Then when we get to F, we sharp it. Play F sharp as Mi. Then we play Fa as G. Play So as A. Play La as B. Then when we get to C, we sharp it again to play T. So that is for key D. Key D has 2 sharps, and those sharps are on key F and on key C. So let's continue. We'll start at D, then we'll continue. D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are now at key A. Key A has 3 sharps, and the sharps are on F, C, and G. So I wouldn't like this video to be too long. So when you check key A, you will find out that your sharps are on F, on C, and on G. So that's, you still play scale that way. This is the beat. This is the little thing you need to understand for you to play all the keys. You just have to know the ones you are sharpening and the ones you are flattening. So we'll stop at A. Let's continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We stop at E now. So key E has 4 sharps, and the sharps are on F, C, G, and what again? And D. So key E has 4 sharps, and when you still put it that way, you see that the 4 sharps are on key F, key C, key G, and key D. And one funny thing is that they are all repeating. As you are going, they are just repeating that way. So now we stop at E. We'll continue again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're stopping at key B. Key B major now. Key B major. Key B major has five sharps, and they are on F, C, G, D, and A. So if you scale on key B, you find out that key B has 5 sharps and it is located there. So you can go on and on and on. We can try one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll have these sharps keys ended here. You understand? So if you want to still turn it around, you can. Or you end that of the sharps here. So now let's go back to talk about the keys that have flats. So now on the flats, we are going to make reference of the second one. Now, so we'll still start at that C, at that key C, which is the natural key. And this time around, we talked about the flats, and we said that the flats are the ones that are lowered a semitone. They are lowered by a semitone every time we want to talk about it. So we'll count backward now. We'll count it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have key F, and it means that key F has one flat, and the flat is on B. Look at our B now. So you see that this thing is working like a magic. On key F, for you to play a scale on key F, you have to flat B. When you can do it and try and see that you only need to flat the key of B for you to get that key F. So you can try it out on yourself and tell me what you feel it is in the comment section. So now let's continue. We stopped at F. So let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the key of B flat. So note that B flat and B are not the same. B flat is a key on its own, and B major is another key on its own. So we do it this way again. B flat has two flats, and the flats are on B and E. And B and E, sorry. B and E. I'm trying to rush a bit because I don't want the video to be too long. So you see that key B flat, for you to play the key of B flat, you're already flatting B. For you to be on key B flat, you're already flatting B. So that one is your number one, B flat. Then the number second is the E. You're going to flat your E and flat your B flat. That is you playing B flat major. I just want to put it this way, B flat major. So now let's continue. We stopped at B. Let's continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have key of E flat, and the flats are on B, E, and A. And mind you, those black notes, we usually and professionally call them flats. We don't call them this sharp. It's normally flat. So now, key of E flat, if you want to play it, you must sharp B, you must sharp E, you must flat B, you must flat E, and you must flat A. So let's continue. We'll start at E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is key of A flat. So key of A flat has 4 flats, and the flats are on B, E, A, and B, E, A, and D. So for you to play the key of A flat, you must flat all these things and play that comfortable. Anywhere you see those alphabets, you flat them. So after that, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have D flat. D flat. D flat has 5 flats, which are on B, E, A, D, and G. So you go and check it yourself. So immediately after that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have G flat. The key G flat is still the F sharp that we know. So for you to play the G flat now, you are going to, it has 6 flats. You are going to flat B, you're going to flat E, you're going to flat A, you're going to flat D, you're going to flat G, and guess what you're going to flat? If you know that, guess it. So I feel you should guess that in the comment section. So you are going to flat C again, because when you say C flat is B neutral. Okay, let me use this to clear us. The distance from, if you're having something in the center, or let me use my fingers to do that. This one in the center, if you're moving from here to here, from this to my ring finger, from my index finger to my ring finger, you are making a tone movement. Or from here to here is the same tone. So just like in the piano, when you are making a movement from the E to F, you are making a semitone movement. So E to F is a semitone movement, but from E to F sharp is a tone movement. So if you're saying C flat is B major. If you're saying just like we have said B flat, you see that is just a semitone lower. So this is all I feel you have to understand about the keys and how to use these key signatures to play the all keys. So thank you so much for engaging in this video, and I want to see you ask questions and try to reach out to ask questions of what you don't understand. Thank you for always engaging with Uzotex Piano Academy. You have to help us and share this video to your friends who want to learn and understand